And so the next 10 years for you, maybe political office at some point. Obviously, Ignite is really ramping up. And contrary to the rumors that you're not going bankrupt and all that other crazy stuff, which I rarely read that stuff actually, but you guys are expanding globally.
Well, no, it's not anymore. I mean, I think these retards realize, I mean, this is like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was fucking broke. I mean, it's like, like, I don't think these idiots understand, like, I put $25 million of my own money in Ignite. Like, just fucking operating a jet every year is $2 million. Like, I just don't think people, like, I don't know. It's just strange. Like, the company lost $50 million. Like, okay, so fucking what? Big deal. Like, we've done over 100 million in fucking vape sales alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like companies when they start off fucking lose money. Like Uber lost like fucking $5 billion in a quarter or some shit. Like, that's how it works. Like, usually when you're starting off a company and you're doing marketing and you're fucking trying to create a worldwide brand, like, you got to spend some money. And obviously you don't come out of the gates with fucking blockbuster sales. You got to like get shelf space. It's the whole process, right? So, just people are just so ignorant, but at the end of the day, I think it really comes down to like YouTube clickbait, and these people, they'll just put anything on their fucking, on their title to get people to watch the videos, and so it's one of those things where if they can just put anything they want and operate with impunity and nobody ever does anything about it and there's no real like recourse, then it's just like the media. They'll just put up false bullshit, and worst case scenario, they have to print a retraction, but there's no financial penalty. Like, there's no consequences. So we've gotten into a world where it's just say whatever you have to say to get people to watch. And that's kind of a dangerous, scary place, especially when like, you're coming up like, when you and I grew up, like, we believed the news, you know what I mean? If something was in the newspaper, we thought it was true. There was like accountability, like journalists had integrity. But now, like the internet and all that, it's like it's just gotten so clickbaity, and also with the media just becoming so political and so polarized, and the liberals just really dominating the press and Hollywood and just these narratives that are coming out. It's like, man, it's a strange time,
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, they want you to apologize for being white. Like Coca-Cola had training on how to be less white. Can you imagine a more racist thing? Like, here's how you determine if something's racist: is if you flipped it around, would there be outrage? So let's imagine Nike or Coca-Cola has training on how to be less black. Can you imagine? Like, can you fucking imagine? Or how to be less Mexican? Like, can you fucking imagine? Like, people's heads would explode, right? But like, oh, it's fine, how to be less white. That's totally okay. It's like, it's fucking nonsense. Like,
it's madness, and it's going to get worse before it gets better, probably.
I don't know, man. The pendulum's kind of swinging a little bit back, I think, but yeah, it's strange. There's just such a lack of accountability these days, and this victim mentality, which is, if you watch any of these like self-help gurus, they preach, vehemently against being victim mentality.
Yeah.
But now they're perpetuating it and they're encouraging it, because now it's like, the more victim categories you're a member of, like, the more credibility you have. It's a crazy thing that they've developed now.
The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever. Yeah, when you and I were growing up, we would always celebrate the hero and the winner. And these days, it's like you celebrate the victim. And you build in this whole society of people that can just take an easy way out and be like, oh, I'm the victim, and then they'll get the attention. It's a strange dynamic, a dangerous dynamic. And then, but like you said, the pendulum swinging, we have other people that are being celebrated for coming out against that. And so it feels like there's a bit of a pushback, you know, even on some tech channels and some media channels. So I don't know where it's going to go. But it's all wrapped up as well. It's like a lot of weird things going on with, you know, the family unit and male, female, and like race, and then cancel culture. It's like, it's just a weird dynamic.
Yeah, it's like a disease, like affected fucking the world. It's so crazy.
And so for you, it's Ignite, taking it to the next level, politics later. You're on a hedonistic tip right now for the next little while, so you're enjoying yourself. And what else?
I got a trip planned. I'm going to Colombia, Brazil, South Africa, and then I think somewhere in Europe, and then I'm ending in Germany and Iceland on the way home. So that's going to be, I think, early next month. But until then, probably just, you know, chilling, doing some work, training. Okay. Any ayahuasca ceremonies in there? No, man, I'm a little scared of that, dude. I've heard of people kind of like not coming out the other side the same, you know, in a bad way, and thought of shitting yourself and doing something for 12 hours. I don't know, man. That's it's a bit aggressive. I feel like I get a lot from mushrooms, from K, done a little DMT, done peyote. 12 hours is a lot, man. It's not 12 hours. It's not. But first of all, if you're scared of it, right? Now, for me, it's 3 hours before I drink it to where, I mean, 3 hours before I drink it. 3 hours later, I can recognize reality. Now, maybe there might be another hour or two where I'm still laying in the Malacca and I got to go back to my hut, but it's not 12 hours. It's just not. Really? Yeah. And no one's ever died from it. Okay, there's always somebody who then got, you know, killed later by the weird shaman who was the, you know, whatever, predator. But no, not that. Yeah. No, I'm talking about like people committing suicide or like really fucking up their lives or shit like that, where they like come out and they're just not the same person.